In a world full of podcasts, you have choices. Make yours count. Don't miss out. Tech Pop Boom.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Tech Pop Boom with your hosts, Scott and Brandon. I'm Scott.
And I'm Brandon.
Hey, today is a very exciting episode because we are recording from a top secret location. Don't bother asking us where we are because we're not going to tell you. It's top secret. Anyway, we wanted to record a real quick 1, 2, 3 episode just to kind of wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you're doing well. Typically around the holidays, people have a lot of time to sit down and, watch TV, watch the movies. So I thought maybe we'd just mention a few that we've watched and we can recommend. So if you have time to watch movies, these get our seal of approval. Brandon, what do you think?
Yeah. So which ones do you have? Well, I noticed you got your iPhone sitting right there.
I do, and I'm trying to think. Before we get into the things that I can recommend watching, let me recommend something I recommend not watching. Well, you're going to watch it no matter what. But at this point, I don't even care about spoilers. I went and seen Star Wars last weekend, Brandon, and I hated it. I didn't like it. I was not a fan. Hold on just a minute Okay, top secret. Anything can happen. This is off the cuff. Okay, so anyways, I saw Star Wars last weekend. I was not happy with it. I thought they made really poor choices. It was very disappointing. So Brandon thought that was funny because Brandon is not a Star Wars fan.
No, I'm not.
So anyways, I didn't like that. Oh, so let's go to the things I did. Any comments on Star Wars?
Well, I didn't go see it yet, but now that you said that, I'll probably wait for I'll wait for it to go on Netflix now.
I had planned on going to see Star Wars a second time with some friends, and after seeing it the first time, I thought I have no interest in seeing it a second time in theaters. I'll see it at some point again, maybe once it comes on DVD, or I'll download it or something, but I have no interest in spending more money at a theater and being disappointed a second time.
I would just ask you, what did you didn't like about it, what you did, but I guess I'd be spoiling it for everybody who didn't see it.
Yeah, it would be a spoiler. They made really stupid choices with Princess Leia. They had a storyline that to me didn't need to be there. It was a waste of time. Now, I mean, hardcore Star Wars fans are not going to agree, but this isn't their podcast, it's mine, and I'm telling you, it sucked. So anyways, I'm trying to think of, what's on that I've been watching that I wanted to like, but I'm not loving, is there's a show on Hulu called The Runaways, Marvel's The Runaways. As of this recording, it's at I think episode 7 episodes, and it's different from what the book was, and I'm not real happy with it. It's not so bad that you can't enjoy it and you can't get into it, but I don't know. At this point, it's 7 episodes into I think a 10 episode season, and I don't think these last 3 episodes are going to make it any better.
So, do you think it's actually worth your time to watch it?
A lot of times, well, there was a show. What's that show? The Preacher. That's based on a comic book, and the first season came out, and I guess I didn't watch it, but I was told that the first season was kind of happened before the book, and then the second season started where the book started off. So I'm wondering if that's the case with The Runaways. Like maybe what's going on now is what happened before the book, and maybe next season they'll start off. Well, they really can't do that because it's kind of intertwined between. Anyways, what I'm getting at is they're writing things that didn't happen in the book, and it's boring. The name of the show is The Runaways because the kids in the show, they run away from their parents because they realize their parents are bad guys. Like every hero has an evil bad guy. Well, all their parents are bad guys, and they realize this. They see their parents do something, and then they run away. But the show is concentrating on the parents. Like again, the book was just real quick. It happened, and they move forward. Where the show is just really concentrating on the parents. 7 episodes in, and the parents are still sticking around, and it's boring at this point. They should concentrate more on the kids who have special powers. One, I don't want to give anything away, but the kids in the show, they have special powers, and they've kind of gone through some of them, but there needs to be more of a superhero show and not so much of a who cares about the parents.
Oh, yeah. But by the way, I forgot to mention that now I have Hulu.
Brandon now has Hulu, so he can watch The Runaway, so that he's good to go.
But I did watch The Handmaid's Tale, which since I got Hulu, and now I understand what you guys were saying in the last podcast about it. See, I hadn't seen it back then, but now I understand how that was amazing. I have to say it would be worth Hulu just to see that.
Yeah, Brandon, when you watched it, you mentioned that it was intense, and I couldn't agree more. It was very intense.
Yeah, very intense.
Yeah. It was just really, I thought it was really well done. I'm really looking forward to the next season. So yeah, really cool stuff. Great show. The Handmaid's Tale, you can't go wrong with that one. I was thinking of, if you've listened to our last podcast we recorded with our friend Kelly, and I was looking on the internet today, and they were talking about the new season of Roseanne, which Kelly says that she's a real big fan of. Excuse me, and then they were talking about the 2 actresses who play Kelly, the blonde daughter, and they were explaining how they both fit into the show because they both played the same character. They had one girl played, is her name Kelly? Not Kelly. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm saying Kelly. I'm screwing this all up. The blonde daughter. Pardon my French. I'm an idiot. But
she says it in the podcast. Says her name in the podcast.
I can't think of her name, but the blonde daughter on the show. They had 2 actresses play this particular daughter, the article went on to explain that in the show what had happened. The one girl played her up until she went to college, and when she went to college, they brought in the second actress. Well, now in this reboot of not a reboot, but when the show comes back in March of 2018, they explained how they both fit into the show. I guess the original actress is going to play her original role, and the other one who played her later on down the line is going to be, I guess, one of them is supposed to be a surrogate mother for the other one. Now, I think it was the younger Kelly was a surrogate mother for the older. I keep saying Kelly. Her name wasn't Kelly. I keep getting
Diane, right?
No, it wasn't Diane. At any rate, so one is a surrogate for the other one, so that'll keep her along long enough to.
Now we should go back and listen to the other podcast to find the name.
I can't think of the name. I keep saying Kelly because I know Kelly's a big fan of the show Roseanne. Also, I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken, the new season of Black Mirror. The new season of Black Mirror comes out, and judging from their preview, how can you go wrong with Black Mirror? That show's never been bad. Although I got my hopes up for Star Wars and I got crushed, so I'm trying not to get my hopes up on anything, entertainment-wise. However, that being said, Black Mirror, the new season looks really good.
By the way, I posted about the supposed to be like a Star Trek one. It's supposed to be on Black Mirror, and that's the one I really want to see. Is that one?
Yeah, that looks. Yeah, I don't know how many. Maybe 6 episodes, maybe.
I think it's 6. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. At any rate, I'm just looking forward to it. There's a new Will Smith movie coming out on Netflix, which, for the life of me, I can't think of the name of. Bright, yeah, something like that. It comes out. I can't tell you whether it's good or bad or not because it hasn't been released yet. I watched a movie yesterday called The House with Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler. That was pretty fun. I believe that's on. That's available digitally. If you want to pick that one up, or if you can find it online, that was worth watching. Anything that you've watched, Brandon, that you want to comment on?
Other than Handmaid's Tale, I can't think of anything at the moment. *Halt and Catch Fire*. I did that one. I watched that, and that's ended. So the whole entire series ended. I watched that, which I know it ended a long time ago. I was gonna do *Runaways*, but that's why I was asking if it was worth your time. Maybe not.
I would watch it in hopes that it gets better down the line, like maybe next season. I don't know that this season's going to be any better than it is right now. Not to say it's bad, but I'm comparing it to the book. So for someone who hasn't read the book, you might like it for what it is. But for me, I'm looking at it at a different way because I know what happens in the book, and I want it to get to where the book went, and it's not getting to that point yet. So watch it, and let me know what you think.
You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll watch it and then I'll give my opinion. If we both think it's bad, then it's really bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Maybe it's meant for younger viewers.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of anything else that I watched over. Not really.
There was a movie I recommended to you, and God, I can't remember what the hell it was called. I watched a movie called Bigsby Bear. It was a movie that came out this past year. That was a decent movie. I would imagine it's probably available on digital format.
That sounds like a kid show.
Well, the movie's based. The premise of the movie is this kid gets kidnapped, and the people who kidnap him kind of start. They kind of put him in this bunker, like underground, and then the father, the people who kidnap him are, decent people, even though they kidnapped him, and they keep him hidden from the outside world. But to keep him entertained, the father created this TV show called Bigsby Bear. And it's just really hokey, crazy, like Barney type of show. But the kid grew up on, the father went out of his way to record all these shows on Bigsby Bear, and it got really extravagant. And the boy thinking it was a real show, but it was really done by his father, who he didn't realize was doing it. At any rate, and without giving too much of the story away, he eventually gets out of there, and then he finds his real parents. And the one guy from Saturday Night Live is in it, but I couldn't tell you his name. But it wasn't terrible. There's another movie I watched called Logan Lucky. That's available on digital format right now also. That is kind of like an Ocean's 11 type of movie, but it takes place in the South. That was another great movie. I think I recommended that one to you, but Brandon's too busy to watch movies. He has too many girlfriends, and he has to count his money, and he has too many electric gadgets he has to play with. Brandon's a very busy guy.
Yeah, I gotta put those electric, all that gadgets and stuff. I gotta work on those. But I did watch Logan. Speaking of Logan, I did watch that. No, just Logan. Just like
that was a great movie, Logan. Marvel. I agree.
Right.
That was a very good. You didn't tell me you watched that. That was really good.
I just thought about it now that you said Logan Lucky, but I watched that like 3 days ago, I think. Yeah.
It's funny. I almost watched that yesterday too. It was available somewhere. Maybe it was HBO or something.
Yeah.
But at any rate, that was really good. I really enjoyed it. And there was one other movie I specifically recommended to you, and you said you were going to watch it, and you probably never did, but whatever, no sense talking about it. Again, this movie, this show wasn't going to be as in-depth and long as previous shows. We just wanted to put something out there because it's been forever since we've done anything. Brandon on a future episode will go off. We'll talk about the tech news and about the FCC net neutrality, which he is a real big fan of.
We'll say that for the next podcast.
Because Brandon has a lot to say about that. So we're not going to really get into the news portion because it would take too long. So again, we just wanted to go over some shows, and this is kind of, again, just off the cuff, so we don't have any notes or anything. This is all just going off memory at this point, and I can't think of anything that I watched. December, it's been kind of slow. The Walking Dead finished the first part of the season, and I thought the first part of The Walking Dead has been really, really bad.
So what about Shameless? I was thinking about that. We have watched Shameless, and then Smilf, too.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Perfect, yeah. To answer your question, Shameless, I think, has been great. Shameless is absolutely great. Really fun, great show. And yeah, you're right. There's another show on Showtime called Smilf, which stands for Single Mom I'd Like to Be Friendly With. So it's based on a young single mother. Rosie O'Donnell plays her mother on the show. And it's really good. I really like it a lot. So that's a big thumbs up if you have the means to watch it. Check out Smilf, 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 and
and also I think it was up for Golden Globes or something, or was nominated for it.
Oh, that I didn't know. I didn't realize that. So that one's on Showtime, and then Shameless is also on Showtime. And my God, that show is great. That as of this recording, it's still going strong. Who knows what's going to happen
Yeah, I know. We thought, like in our previous podcast, we thought the writing was going to suck. So we thought that because the whole money thing, that, you know.
Because the actress who plays Fiona got a real big raise between the last season and this season. So I was hoping that the writing wouldn't get bad, because I'm thinking, well, they're giving her more money, so maybe they'll take away from the writing. But so far, that hasn't been the case. It's been really strong.
No. Actually, it's been the opposite. I think this is like one of the best seasons. I mean, if I could name them all, I would say this one would be on that list of the top 3.
I don't know if I'd say it's one of the best, not to take anything away from it, but it's just as good as any other season that I've watched.
Oh.
It's been very good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the best one I would say would be the first or the second season would be the best one. But, I mean, this is on that list. I haven't lost interest in it yet.
No, me either. I'm trying to think. HBO. There hasn't been any shows on HBO that we've been watching. Curb Your Enthusiasm. That was on. Brenda doesn't watch that. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think it's fun. It's definitely a fun show to watch. And some episodes were a lot better than others. As a whole, I enjoyed it. But I mean, if you're a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm, the new season was fun. If you're not a fan, if you've never heard of it, don't go out of your way, unless you're a big Larry David fan. But if you're a Larry David fan, you'd be watching the show. So I thought it was okay. If you care about my opinion, I'm saying it's okay. But no one cares about my opinion, which is why I'm recording a podcast in a top secret location. So who cares about me? So that's HBO. Showtime we went over. December seems like it's a slow month for TV, so that's why I'm having a hard time thinking of stuff. Anything that you can think of, Brandon?
No, I'm trying to think of anything. I mean, The Big Sick I watched, but that was, I mean, I like that. I just saw that maybe about 3 days ago, too. I really, really liked it. And I understand now why people are pissed that it didn't get a Golden Globe. It should have been nominated. I mean, didn't get, but nominated for one. Trying to think of course I have all my notes, but they're not with me.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to look up the Golden... Talk for a minute, Brandon. Go ahead and rap a little bit while I look this up.
Oh, okay. So The Big Sick, before I didn't know why people were very mad about it, and but now, like, I watch it, it's kind of like up there with Get Out. Like Get Out, I kind of like too, and I think it was up for a Golden Globe, but I think it was for comedy or something. And I didn't think it was a comedy, especially that movie, but. Yeah, it was very well written, because, okay, if I had not known about the story, which I won't give it away, well, actually, you know what, he kind of gives it away anyway if you know the story, but it's really about the person's life in real life. So, and they're telling the story and how he met his wife in real life. So, but if I had not known that the whole story, I would have thought she died, which, I mean, I'm not giving anything away because you know she's not dead, but I would have, I mean, I wish I had not known that story. That's why, but if I had, it would have been an awesome movie. But okay, did you find what you were looking for?
No, not at all. I found nothing. I'm just looking at the list. You mentioned Get Out. That was a really good movie that came out this year.
You know what? I do want to see Lady Bird.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that.
I mean,
also.
because I heard it got 100%,
I heard that too.
and then it just dropped to 99,
Yep.
and now it's back up to 100 for some reason. But I want to see that so badly.
Hopefully, it's better than Star Wars.
Hopefully it's worth the 100%, or unless they're full of shit.
These are all movies. I'm looking for.
Yeah. Oh, best score. Hey, you know, I mean, I could go on score. The scroll. He's
Yeah.
gonna scroll. He's gonna scroll right past that.
So
Okay.
let's do Handmaid's Tale. We watched Handmaid's Tale. Better Call Saul's a great show. Oh, sorry. At this point, we're just looking for stuff to talk about, so we're gonna have to wrap this up. Yeah. So, anyways, listen. Thank you for listening to the few shows that we put out this year. Hope you guys have a great holiday. Hope you guys find something fun to watch. Stay warm. Be happy. And we will see you next year. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Yes, because next year means a new season, even though we did record a lot of seasons. But I think we'd be on season 4, because it goes every year. So every year is a new season. So that'd be pretty cool. Okay, well, that's all I gotta say. Anything else?
That's all we have to say. We better leave our top secret location before. Oh my God, someone's coming. We gotta go.
Okay, bye. Wait, Scott! Well, I guess this is his last podcast. Talk to you later. Bye.